Here's another short, romantic story. The Time Traveler's Heart. Emily, a brilliant physicist, had always been fascinated by the mysteries of time. She spent years studying the subject, poring over theories and conducting experiments. Before start story, please subscribe to my channel. One day, Emily finally succeeded in building a time machine. She set the controls for Paris, 1945, and stepped inside. As the machine whirred to life, Emily felt a strange sensation, like her molecules were being rearranged. When she opened her eyes, she found herself standing in the middle of a bustling Parisian street. That's when she saw him, a handsome young artist, sitting at a sidewalk café, sipping a cup of coffee. Their eyes met, and Emily felt a jolt of electricity run through her body. As she approached the artist, Emily realized that she had traveled not only through time, but also into the heart of the man she loved. The artist, whose name was Pierre, was enchanted by Emily's beauty and intelligence. As they strolled along the Seine, Pierre told Emily that he had been waiting for her his entire life. Emily knew that she had to return to her own time, but she was torn. She had fallen deeply in love with Pierre, and the thought of leaving him was unbearable. As the sun began to set, Pierre took Emily's hand and led her to the Eiffel Tower. They stood together, looking out over the city, and Pierre whispered, "I will love you forever." Emily knew that she would never forget Pierre and the love they shared. As she stepped back into her time machine, she realized that true love can transcend time and space. As Emily returned to her own time, she couldn't shake off the feeling that a part of her was still with Pierre. She felt lost and alone, wondering if she would ever find her way back to him. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Emily threw herself into her work, trying to distract herself from the ache in her heart. But then, something strange began to happen. Emily started receiving mysterious packages in the mail, each containing a small, exquisite painting of the Parisian landscapes she had fallen in love with. There was no note, no signature, just the paintings. Emily knew instinctively that they were from Pierre. As the paintings arrived, Emily felt herself being pulled back to Pierre, back to the city they had fallen in love with. And then, one day, Emily received a final package. Inside, she found a small, leather-bound book. As she opened it, she saw that it was filled with Pierre's sketches and paintings, each one telling the story of their time together. On the last page, Pierre had written a message, "I wait for you." Emily knew what she had to do. She packed her bags, returned to her time machine, and set the controls for Paris, 1945. As she emerged from the machine, Emily saw Pierre standing in front of her, a smile on his face and a paintbrush in his hand. He said, taking her hand, "I waited for you." And as they walked off into the sunset, arm in arm, Emily knew that she had finally found her way back to the love of her life. Would you like me to continue the story? Like and comment if you're interested. And don't forget to subscribe.